What if the retirement age of 65 was just a made up number? You actually don't need to work until you're 65. That number isn't based on any biology and it's definitely not based on any math. Somebody just made it up in 1935 and we've all been paying the price ever since. You trade 40 years of your prime life for a paycheck, 40 years. But almost no one stops to ask who actually came up with that timeline or if it makes sense for you. Now, this may sound like I'm trying to sell you some sketchy online course, but I'm not. This is just basic math. It's third grade simple math. The hard part isn't the numbers, it's opening your bank statement and then being brutally honest with yourself about where your cash is going. So, here's what most information that you find online won't tell you. The math for the current generation of people planning their retirement is seriously different than the math from the past. In fact, one of the massive shifts can easily add $300,000 to your target. So, we'll get to that in a moment. But let's take a look at what actually controls your retirement date. But before we build that math, if you want a simple way to track all of this without wrestling with messy spreadsheets, please visit readyandretire.com. We put together the most comprehensive retirement planning platform available online. You can go and you can put in different spending rates and different withdrawal rates and healthcare costs and see your actual retirement date right in front of your eyes. So head over to readyandretire.com and map out your retirement plan. Let's get back to the numbers. If you aren't familiar with FIRE, it stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. It's not some weird cult or some lifestyle brand, it's just arithmetic. It's what took retiring at 40 from some wild pipe dream and turned it into a real date that you can actually circle on your calendar. Now, the math still works today, it just looks a lot different than it did 5 years ago. And ignoring that could be a massive mistake. Healthcare is insanely expensive now, especially if you're paying for it yourself. Housing costs are up 40% since 2020. And the famous 4% rule that everyone relies on, it needs also a massive asterisk next to it. If you run the old math today, you're going to aim way too low, not by a couple bucks, but by hundreds of thousands of dollars. So let's rebuild this starting from square one. And it begins with a number that actually has nothing to do with your paycheck. So forget about your salary and your job title. The only number that actually dictates when you can retire is your annual spending number. That's the entire game. So think about it. If you know exactly what you spend each year, then you can figure out exactly how much cash you need to invest in order to cover those costs forever. That's your FIRE number. It relies on your safe withdrawal rate. Basically, the percentage of your portfolio that you can pull out every year without ever going broke. The classic rule is incredibly simple. You take your annual expenses and you multiply them by 25. That's it. That assumes a 4% withdrawal rate. The whole idea came from financial advisor Bill Bingen back in 1994. He proved that if you withdraw 4% per year and adjust that amount for inflation, your money would survive any 30-year stretch in US stock market history. So if you spend $40,000 a year, you need $1 million. If you spend $60,000 a year, you need 1.5 million. So it's clean, it's easy to remember, and if you plan to retire at 65, it's a pretty solid estimate. But here's where most people online get it wrong. The rule was never meant for someone quitting their job at 40 years old. So let's talk about the real withdrawal rate for early retirees. The 4% rule was designed to last a 30-year retirement. If you retire at 40, you need that money to last 40, 50, 60 years. That is a completely different ballgame. A former quantitative analyst named Carson Jeske, who runs early retirement now, stress tested withdrawal rates across every market cycle in history. It's easily the most detailed research on the planet. His conclusion for a 40 to 60 year retirement is that you should be pulling 3.25 to 3.5%, not 4%. It might sound like a rounding error, but it actually changes everything. In the real world, at a 3.5% withdrawal rate, a $40,000 yearly budget doesn't require $1 million. It requires 1.14 million. That means you need an extra $143,000 before you can hand in your notice. Is that annoying? Yes, absolutely, but it's better than running out of money at 72 years old. Now, Bingen actually updated his own research recently. He mentioned that retirees sticking strictly to 4% might be selling themselves short, and a 4.7% withdrawal rate can work if you have small cap value stocks in your mix. Morningstar also came out and put the number at 3.9%. But remember, both of these estimates are still built on a 30-year retirement timeline. But we aren't playing the 30-year game. We're playing a 50-year game, and it pays to be conservative. All right, so now you know your target. Let's talk about how fast you can actually get there. If you remember one thing from this entire video, make it this next part. If you save 5% of your income, you have to work for about 65 years. If you save 10%, that drops down to 51 years. If you save 25%, it drops it down to 32 years. Now, if you save 50%, you can retire now in 17 years. And if you save 65%, you're done in 10 and a half. If you push it all the way up to 75%, you can exit the rat race in just 7 years. This is the exact same person with the exact same paycheck. These calculations assume a 5% real return after inflation, starting completely from zero. You don't need a head start for this to work. So let's make it real. Imagine a household making $100,000 a year. If they save 10% and live on $90,000, well, they have to work 51 years. But take that exact same household and have them live on $35,000 and save $65,000 of their income. And now they're done in just a decade. That's the exact same income, a 40-year difference in freedom. So let that sink in. Why is that difference so massive? Because your savings rate is actually doing two things at once. Obviously, every dollar that you save is another dollar working for you in the market. But just as importantly, saving also proves that you can live on less. And living on less dramatically shrinks the actual size of the nest egg that you need to retire. If you can happily live on $35,000 a year, your target is about $1 million. If you need $90,000 a year, well, now you need $2.7 million. Again, same job, but completely different lives. So the real strategy here isn't just make more money. It's about widening the gap between what you bring in and what goes out. And that gap has a major enemy, lifestyle creep. Let's say you have a $15,000 raise. Suddenly, you upgrade your apartment, you get a nicer car, you start eating out 4 nights a week. Within 6 months, that extra money is completely absorbed into your daily life. Your lifestyle has upgraded, but your savings rate hasn't moved an inch. I've watched this happen over and over again with friends of mine. I'm sure you have as well. This is the exact reason high earners often end up working until 65, just like the rest of us. Every single lifestyle upgrade raises your baseline expenses. That inflates your target number, which adds years of mandatory work onto your life. The fix is brutal and simple. When your income goes up, your lifestyle stays the exact same. You take 80 to 100% of every single raise, bump it straight into your investments, and let the compound do the heavy lifting. If you get an 8% annual return, your money doubles roughly every 9 years. So 50 grand invested at age 25 turns into $200,000 by age 43, even if you never add another penny. And keep an eye on the fees that you pay. Paying a 1% fee instead of 0.03% on a $500,000 portfolio costs you $5,000 a year. Over 30 years, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars literally flushed down the toilet. Now, here's an accelerator worth looking at, Geoarbitrage. If your savings rate is the engine of your retirement plan, Geoarbitrage is the turbocharger. And the concept is simple. You earn money in a high income area and then you spend it or retire in a low cost area. Let's take a couple, for example, in San Francisco. They saved $79,000 a year just by moving to Oakland. They didn't move to a different country or even a different state. They just moved across the bay, and that single decision chopped 9 years off of their working timeline. If you want to go big, look international. Retiring in places like Thailand or Portugal or Indonesia, that can literally cut $1.5 million off of your target. It's not just a discount, that's years of your life handed back to you. I've been fortunate enough to have lived and worked remotely in a number of different countries over the years, so I can tell you that the cost difference is completely real. But there's a couple things that are worth considering. For starters, currency fluctuations can eat away at your savings. Local inflation in popular expat spots, well, they often rise faster than US inflation because those areas gentrify, so keep an eye out for that. Now let's talk about a trap that catches people completely off guard. Imagine you retire at 40 with $1.2 million in your 401k. You think that you've won the game, but not so fast. You can't touch $1 of that money without paying a 10% penalty until you hit age 59 and a half. That is nearly 20 years of living expenses locked behind a massive financial wall. To survive, you will need a bridge. And the best bridge out there is something that's called the Roth conversion ladder. Once you understand how this works, it changes everything. Every year, you transfer a chunk of your traditional 401k or IRA into a Roth IRA. You wait 5 years, and then you can withdraw that converted money completely tax free and penalty free at any age. The only catch is that 5 year waiting period. You still need a way to pay for groceries while that first conversion matures. So picture a 40-year-old retiree. They have $1.2 million in a 401k, but they also kept $200,000 in a regular taxable brokerage account. They live off that brokerage account for the first 5 years. Meanwhile, they convert $48,000 a year from their traditional retirement account to their Roth. By age 45, those first conversion dollars unlock, the ladder just keeps feeding them year after year. It's incredibly elegant. There's an alternative option which lets you take substantially equal periodic payments before 59 and a half. But if you ever need to change those payments early, the IRS hits you with massive retroactive penalties, so it's less forgiving. And here's a detail that you should write down. Your actual Roth contributions, the money that you put in directly, can always be withdrawn at any age, at any time, with zero taxes and zero penalties. All right, let's talk about healthcare. Pay close attention to this part because remember that $300,000 that I mentioned earlier? This is it. The Affordable Care Act subsidies officially expired at the end of 2025. So if you plan to retire before Medicare kicks in at 65, this is now a problem that you must solve. For early retirees buying health insurance on the open market, premiums have practically doubled. Someone who was paying $500 a month in 2025 might be looking at $1,200 a month or more today. For a 65-year-old, annual premiums have skyrocketed from around $5,300 to over $16,000, the same person on the same plan. Now let's translate that back to your nest egg. An extra $11,000 a year in expenses, calculated at a 3.5% withdrawal rate, means that you need an additional $314,000. So think about that, over $300,000 just to cover your health insurance. This is the line item that quietly wrecks half of the early retirement plans that we take a look at. But there is a workaround, and it brings us back to the Roth ladder. Roth withdrawals don't count towards your modified adjusted gross income. Traditional 401k withdrawals, they do. If you keep your adjusted gross income roughly between $22,000 and $64,000, you stay eligible for those crucial government subsidies. That's the difference between paying full retail price for healthcare and getting it almost completely covered. The Roth ladder isn't just about getting your money out early, it's a dial you use to control your taxable income. And if you get it right, healthcare won't be the thing that forces you back to work. Now, there are 4 rules for pulling off early retirement. The math is straightforward, but actually executing it is where most plans fall apart. There are 4 basic rules that separate people who actually retire early and from the people who would just talk about it over and over again. Rule number 1, base your target number on 3.25 to 3.5%, the withdrawal rate. Add a dedicated cushion for healthcare and protect yourself against sequence of returns risk. A bad stock market right after you retire hurts way more than a bad market 20 years down the road. Rule number 2, make sure that you and your partner are on the exact same page when you start optimizing your plan at readyandretire.com. If one of you wants to quit at 38 years old while the other actually loves their career, no index fund is going to fix that. Also, make sure that you budget for the costs of your children, something almost every online retirement calculator completely ignores. Rule number 3, kill off high interest debt and annoying investment fees first and foremost. A credit card charging 22% interest will instantly destroy your 8% market return and keep dragging you down. Rule number 4, build flexibility into your plan. Being willing to work a fun part-time job during market downturns or cutting back on your spending during down years, that protects the entire portfolio. Rigid withdrawal rates are the ones that break the plan. So here's your homework, and it's only going to take you about 15 minutes. Number 1, calculate your annual spending, then multiply that number by 29. That's the target retire early number based on a conservative 3.5% withdrawal rate. Next, calculate your current savings rate. Just divide what you save by what you earn. If that number is under 50%, it's time to go hunting for the gap. Look at your housing, your transportation, your food. Those are the three biggest levers that you can pull on, so pull on them. Finally, open a brokerage account. Put your money into a low fee, total stock market index fund and set those contributions on autopilot. That way, you never have to rely on willpower or motivation ever again. That's the entire plan. 3 steps, all done in an evening. And then just let time do what time always does for patient people. And remember, it's the gap, not the salary. The real difference between retiring at 40 and working until 65, it isn't about talent, it isn't about luck, it isn't about having a massive salary, though of course that obviously helps. It comes down to the savings rate decision you make now, protecting the money from the lifestyle creep and letting it compound every single month. We went over a lot of details today, so let's summarize the key points. Use 3.25 to 3.5% withdrawal rate instead of 4% because you need your money to last much longer than just 30 years. Remember the savings rate table. A 10% savings rate means that you're working 51 years, while 65% means that you're done in just 10. Watch out for lifestyle creep. This is the killer that eats every raise you'll ever get. Use Geoarbitrage to accelerate your timeline. Set up a Roth letter to bridge the gap years before 59 and a half. And never forget about the cost for healthcare. That could be an extra $300,000 that you need. But beneath all of these details is one simple truth. The math doesn't care about your age, or your job title, your background, or your excuses. It only cares about the gap between what you make and what you spend. So widen that gap if you plan to retire early. If you found this useful, please subscribe to this channel. This is exactly what we do here. We take deep dives into retirement planning. Drop a comment below about your current savings rate, your target fire number, or something that you found interesting in this video. We read them all and we are curious about your thoughts. Then go and create your account on readyandretire.com. Every single dollar that you put to work today is buying back a piece of your future freedom. Thank you very much for your time today. My name is Ross Williams. You're doing great.